Good morning, YouTube. Mochismo Eugene. Another video from Exit Strategy. Hope everyone's doing well. I never say this, but if you like my videos, like on them, subscribe, and share them. I would appreciate it. And to all the people who have subscribed to me, I appreciate it. Thank you and bless. I want to talk about, in a quick, detailed way, a few of narcissists that I've been involved with in times past. This is looking back. I now know that most, if not majority, of the women I've been involved with are narcissists. This includes my first wife and the individual that I have my twins by. The one that I have the twins by being a poor excuse for a narcissist, and I just have to say it that way. And this is not being mean. This is just being truthful in context, and you guys will understand, hopefully, when I express why I use these terminologies. I believe some children are recruited to be narcissists, but they either fail in the process of making this child the narcissist to carry on the torch because there's something within them that is fractured to the utmost degree to where they're just poor narcissists. They're just destructive narcissists. And that's what I believe the twins' mom is. She's a defector. She cannot tell a lie. She is just a bumbling existence, and I'm saying that in the best way that I can, because after 6 years of custody with these children, you have to understand, I've been to prison twice. I have some stuff in my past that I'm not happy about, but because of those things, it's made me the man that what I am today, because I feel like I've learned from the error of my ways, and I'm continually learning from the error of my ways. You know what a narcissist will do? Looking back, and now that I know, being awake, fully awake, narcissists are counting on two things. You're not going to tell your story, and they're also counting on the fact when they meet you, they leverage all of your insecurities, all of your downfall, and your mistakes. They are effective in doing this to the point where when they get ready to discard you, you begin to point out some things that they're doing at present that they didn't do before. They're showing their true colors is pretty much what you're saying to them. What they will often do is go back into the arsenal of all of your shortcomings, in which you've probably divulged to them. You're an open book. You've told them everything about you, good, bad, and indifferent. But they have drawn off of all the negative things that you have done in your life. And this has been the tactic of most of the women that I've dated and been involved with. And so when everything goes left, it's like deja vu. They go and they start digging up a bag of tricks like, oh, you've been to prison. But my God sent and my blessing has always been, I stand on it. I stand in that truth. I agree with them in their destructive, demeaning assaults. I agree with them because that's the truth I told from the beginning, and I don't back away from that. Now, I want to put that out there because they'll also have you feeling like, or believing, oh, you think you're better than someone else. We're truth tellers. And when you're awakened, you really don't even care what people continue to say about you, because guess what? You know by design, it's built on breaking you down. And we're not taking that crap anymore. We know what we know. And before I awakened, I studied in truth. And I do believe that that's the reason why I'm a hard nut to crack for a narcissist. And some of you are. You're just a hard nut to crack. You're an empath that a narcissist tried to destroy, but they could not penetrate your armor. You went through the process. You married them, much like I did, or you got into an intimate relationship for a long period of time. We know this. But they didn't destroy us. We were the one God sent in as special operations, almost like a Navy SEALs. You, the empath, were sent in by God to do what most people couldn't do. Most people fail in their mission. You completed the mission. There's a German girl that I dated some time ago. This is before I even awakened. And this is looking back. You guys will always be able to look back in what I call a review mirror. Introspect, or what do you call it? Just go back in time. And you'll be able to put all of these things in context and say, wow, this is one of them. I was dating one of them. Because all things line up. So to make a short story out of a long story, there's a German girl walking around with my name tattooed on her private area. And I only tell this story because I want someone out there to know that there's some narcissists that you've been dating or been involved with that have done some extreme things as well. They've marked their body in inconspicuous places to try to pay homage to you. And some will go to those extremes to continue to keep you lured in, to show you that they are for you for life. And that's the most extreme demonstration of psychotic that I believe you could do, short of cutting a limb off. And there have been some stories of a mate cutting a finger off. Picasso, I believe, cut his ear off and mailed it to a girl, as the story goes. And so this has always been around. They will go to the extremes. A lot of them will taunt you with, I'm going to kill myself if you leave me. And the narcissist doesn't have the reason or the rationale to think, man, if I pull this trigger, I could really die. And some have done that. And sometimes that happens. God's taking out the trash. He lets the trash take itself out. And this sounds mean, but get your emotions out of this, because guess what? We don't have time to play games with these people. We don't have time to play games with our life. You knowing that you are a solid human being, you're trying to do the very best you can in this world we live in. You cannot spend time feeling bad for somebody who has your number. You have to get it. You have to get this. It's not going to happen overnight, but you cannot waste extra amounts of time pretending to self that this person has some hope. The hope that you're counting on, you need to have it. Have hope that there is someone out there for you one day that you can have a wholesome relationship with. And if you don't, you have to have hope that you can have a life that God designed for you. Not this life of a person destroying you on every corner, on every end. You walk in the house, you feel uncomfortable in your own house, like you're in a strange place. So I've dealt with many of them, and right now, having custody of my twins who are 13, I am dealing with a lot of things by way of the grooming. Narcissists will groom the children even when they don't have as much access to them as they've had before. My children live here during school session, and they go to live with or stay with mom over the weekend. I want to say this is what I allow, because it's structured to some degree that she has some visitation right. I have been steadfastly talking to my children and making them aware that the grooming process is real. I actually talk to my children in a context to which I believe they may not always understand, but I try to approach it with love and urgency. For a time, I didn't share some of the things that I share with them now, but I don't have the kind of time to waste, and I don't want to risk my children being sent down the rabbit hole, and I have the information that I can give them. This is not about mudslinging. This is about making my children aware in a very kind, loving way, but in a determined way. They know about my channel. They know the things that I talk about. So we're woke over here. They're aware. I don't know how woke they are, but they are very much aware, and that's a good start. And I don't press them a lot about getting this information down pat. I do, however, let them know by way of pick your friends like you would pick a fruit. Understand that when you tell a person no, pay close attention to how they react to your no. Your friends want to go here, they want to go there. You pay attention to when you say no, even though your urge might be to just say, yeah, I do want to participate in this with them. Resist that temptation and say no, because what that does is going to help you know how to isolate and spend time with you. And so there's a various amount of things that I would like to get spoken about in this video, but however, I know that it can be belaboring. But I do want you guys to understand that this is a very urgent issue, the narcissist. And going into 2024, just look at the world around you. I'm in upstate New York. Wherever you may live, it's synonymous. Everything is parallel with the behavior, the extreme things that people are doing to get attention, the desperation, the people who are losing their supplies or straight going bananas, the freeloaders with odors, narcissists, that are relying on you to facilitate and finance their pathetic lifestyle, draining family members, elderly parents, some of them even poisoning their elderly parents and running off with the money, selling the houses because they have an adrenaline rush. It is so demonstrous that anything you could think of in your head, a narcissist is doing it. Anything dark you can imagine, they are doing. Thing is, it's so hard to prove that these people are doing what they're doing. I observe the way some people move, and I can read their spirit, I can read their energy, and it tells me there are some dark things behind the walls of their life. There's some dark things behind the walls of their home. There's some educators in capacities where they're in authority. There are a lot of people in authority that are narcissists who are spearheading this agenda to keep our kids asleep, to keep our kids rebellious. And there are a few of these narcissists who placate justice, they want to make sure this doesn't happen again. It's all lip service. Pay attention to the world around you. I want you guys to just realize that this is not something we want to play around with. Our children, yourself, and the ones who you love around you are being dismantled every single day, every moment of the day. So this is just a reminder, guys, that I know a lot of things in times past that have been directly a result of a narcissist. And some of you, when you isolate yourself, that is the best way to get back to you. When you isolate yourself, you'll begin to see some of these things that I've arrived at. And you'll see that your life has not been make-believe. A lot of the stuff that you were saying, a lot of the things that you experienced, it wasn't your imagination. It happened exactly the way that you saw it. So that being said, I want you guys to have a very enjoyable Friday, and I'll be back hopefully in a day or two, or maybe even later. You never know. I've been trying to put videos out as much as they're impressed upon me to do so. I'm not trying to do it in any other way. If I feel compelled that something is on my heart, I'm going to speak. And of course, I don't edit my videos. I actually, there have been times I've had to start a couple over in the initial beginning stages, but I don't edit my videos. This is what it is. I just hope you guys gain some kind of insight from this one. Bless.